Back in Nigeria, my life was in danger. My life was in danger. My life was in danger. And that's exactly what happened. I just jackpot. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Uwani Aliyu here. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys a life update, especially on my recent move, my location move, and all of that. I owe you guys this because I should have done this before my previous videos, the last two. I should have put this out there first of all. But yeah, it's never too late. And yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell like button down below so you can have notifications every time I post a video. And let's get right into the video. Okay guys, I just recently moved from Nigeria down to Canada, Toronto specifically, and I'm going to give you guys a backstory on why I moved, what I'm doing, what my plan is, and everything. So yeah, so basically I spent all of 2018 and some of 2017 down in Nigeria. This was after my university, which I did in where did I do my university? Which I did in Birmingham, Aston University. I did that for 3 years and then I decided to go back to Nigeria. In fact, I didn't actually decide. I had to go back to Nigeria to do my NYSC. NYSC, if you don't know, if you're not from Nigeria, NYSC is like this youth service year where you have to work for the government, and it's a necessity, especially if you want to advance in the corporate scene. Basically, let me just put this out there. I've always been pro Nigeria. Like, I've always wanted to live in Nigeria, get married there, have my children, just have a life in Nigeria. Like, I've always been that person since when I was young. Even when everyone was like all about leaving and all about just exploring, I always had the mindset of always returning back and just being at peace where I called home. That was just it. In spite of all this, I knew everything that was going on in Nigeria. I knew like things were not as easy as they seemed and all of that. I was very aware. So I told myself, I said, you know what, I'm going to go back to Nigeria and I'm going to do my NYSC. I'm going to try and make the most of it and I'll see what comes out. So basically my NYSC was my deciding year for me. It was just the year where I had to try out things. I had to be independent. I had to be focused, and I had to see like the opportunities that were out there for me, especially in Nigeria. So my plan was that, you know what, if things were like looking bright, if things were okay, if I was able to deal with the conditions, like the country served me and I thrived, then I would stay, and if not, then I jackpot. And that's exactly what happened. I just jackpot. My NYSC year, I feel like I should do a story time of everything I went through with my NYSC year. So my NYSC year, I lived in Lagos for this. I went to Lagos and I decided to be away from home being Abuja, Nigeria. At home, everything was different. So I needed to see the perspective of the lifestyle while I was independent, while I was on my own, not under my mom's, everything, not under the privilege I had. And yeah, that was it. Let me just say this, things are so different when you're not under the umbrella of privilege. They're so different, and that's what I realized in my NYSC year. Before, when I used to, when I'll be in Nigeria or when I'll go back home for a holiday for Nigeria, you just enjoy yourself, you just live life. I wasn't worried about, electricity. I wasn't worried about transport. I wasn't worried about, having to survive on my own because I was still at home. I was still with my family, so everything was basically taken care of. And that perspective of living in Nigeria is totally different from the perspective of being a hustler and being on your own. Fast forward to my NYSC year, I just realized like a whole lot of things. Life is really not as easy as it would look maybe on social media or YouTube or anywhere. Things were not that good. I'm just going to say that. I'm not trying to paint Nigeria in a bad light. I'm not trying to paint it in a negative way, but this was the reality of things. You would either have problems with customer care, you have problems with people trying to, take advantage of you, of your service, people not trying to pay you as much as, you are worth, people not trying to be open-minded to things. So yeah, that happened and it was just a lot. Towards the end of my NYSC year, I just realized that, you know what, I can't actually do this anymore. Not that I can't do it, I just was fed up of everything going on. There was so much going on. You can check the news, you can check everything. So I was just fed up of everything going on. I've always had this dream of, going into film and just, exploring the movie industry. I always had it in my head. I feel like that has come about with me doing YouTube and me doing, all these media things. I just wanted more. I want more and more and more. So back in Nigeria, let me just tell you, I felt like my life was in danger, okay? Danger in the sense of not being fulfilled, of not being accomplished, of not being what I really wanted to be. And me as a person, let me just toot my horn a little bit, okay guys? Yeah, me as a person, I'm a very talented person. I love to use my hands. I love to, I like to do things. I like to piece things together and watch things manifest, basically. I love to create. I love to explore this thing here called my mind. I feel like my mind is so big that it cannot be contained. So anything or any situation, any place, any location that is going to try and, box my mind in or box my head into a certain type of pattern would just not sit well with me, and it would eventually affect my mental health. I can't tell you how many times I was depressed in my NYSC year, guys. I cannot tell you how many times that I had to fight for this, fight for my mind. Sorry, I'm just drifting. Back towards the end of my NYSC year, my mom called me because I was in Lagos and she was in Abuja. She called me and she was like, oh, you always say you wanted to go to film school. My dream was to go to film school in LA, Los Angeles. Los Angeles is still my dream, guys. I'm not going to box that out, or I'm not going to flush that out, but my dream was always to go to the film school in LA and explore that and live my dream. So she called me and she was like, oh, hey baby, now that your NYSC is rounding up, thinking about what's next, thinking about what you're going to do. And at that point I had not even thought of anything else to do. I thought of plotting and leaving, obviously, but I hadn't really thought it through that much. So as soon as she just brought it up, I'm like, I'm going to pursue this. But what I decided to do was to go to a place that I knew welcomed immigrants. Now that's very key if you're planning to leave, or you're planning to run away, or you're planning to just start a life somewhere else. You need to study where you're at, you need to study where you're going to go. You need somewhere that's going to be favorable to you, especially with your immigration status. Now everybody and their mama knows that Canada is very open to the public, is open to other people, and I would say it was the easier option, but it was just the safer option. Now if I had gone to America and I decided, I want to stay behind here, all this Trump rules, all this Trump stuff we're hearing about, it's all real. People are going through it. People are having a hard time, especially people that have actually, started to settle there. So they're having a hard time. And I decided, Canada is good to go. Everybody that I know that has come here has not come back. No lie. Everybody that I know here has been here. They will come for school, they will come for whatever it is, but they don't come back. So I'm like, okay, maybe it would be favorable to me. And I started to run my application. So I checked out schools and I checked out all of that, and I decided on the school I wanted to go. And yeah, it was Toronto Film School. I applied. The thing is, in my application, I don't even think I used my professional side. My professional side being an electrical and electronic engineer. But I used my side, my creative side for this application. I mean, it is a creative school, so yeah, that kind of worked out. I used my YouTube as my portfolio. I used my social media as my, as the points I needed for everything. So it all just came together for good. I got in, I started my visa process. Even with my visa, everything I put was like related to what I do, what I enjoy doing, what I actually have a passion to do, which was like my YouTube channel and my videos, my media history. I put all of it there, and that's all I used, and that's all I did. Let me not even lie, I was so scared that it wasn't going to be up to standard. Who am I kidding? Like, I'm the same thing. Okay, no, but like, yeah, I was scared that it wasn't going to be up to the standards to get me in and get the process finished, but it actually did. It came through. So yeah, guys, I'm so grateful for my YouTube channel again for coming through for me for this process. But yeah, that happened. I got in, I did my application process. Let me tell you, if you want to do an application process for school, you have to start really early. You have to start like really early, because it takes a while, especially from Nigeria, to get your Canadian visa and your papers in order. So yeah, that kind of took a while. I think it took me like 4 months. I had to move my resumption date from January to April. Funny enough, my visa came out a day after my January resumption, so it was just like, I'm actually happy I stayed back even afterwards, because staying back just made me realize how much I wanted to So yeah, now I'm in Toronto. I'm studying film production, and I can't even lie, I'm just like, those 4 years I spent in the UK in Aston University, what was it like? What was that about? Because like here, I love it so much. I can't even tell you guys how much I love it. Like, I don't think I've missed any class of mine. 0. I love it so much because you just get to create in school. We're not sitting down writing ABC for 5 hours. We're not sitting down doing 1, 2, 3. We're actually working on sets, working with cameras. I'm learning about lighting situations. We're editing in class. If we're not editing, we're talking about movies, we're reviewing things. It's such a beautiful experience for me. Maybe because I have a passion for these things already, but yeah, it's such a beautiful experience for me, and I don't regret it one single bit. You might think it's early. I'm only like a month and 2 weeks in, but yeah, I absolutely love it. And the fact that this is school, it doesn't even feel like school. So yeah, I'm in this program for 1 year, and the thing with the Canadian system is that even after they give you the period of your yearly visa, mine they gave me 2 years. Even after they give you the period for your yearly visa, you get like a 3-year extension to work afterwards. So yeah, you have that 3-year. After your 3-year extension, you can do your PR, you can apply for your permanent residence and all of that. So everything is just kind of aligned with this move I made. And me, the thing about the person I am is that I want to delve into so many things in my life. I don't want to be hindered at all. Today I will wake up and I want to be a filmmaker, and I will go for it, and I'll actually do it, and I'll actually be successful at it in Jesus' name. Amen. Did you say an amen? Did you say an amen? If you did not say an amen, just like be going, but make sure you subscribe before you go sharp. But like, yeah, be going. But yeah, so I mean, next tomorrow I will come up with something else that my interest lies in. And the thing about me is that my interest is everywhere. I have so many things that I want to do in this life that if I don't do, I won't be a happy person in life. So that's why I have to go out there and I have to chase my dreams. I have to go and pursue them. I mean, there was a snide comment that was like, oh, okay, she's doing film now, because like, how many things do you want to do? And when I think about people saying those kind of things, it's just like, wow, your mind is so small that you cannot comprehend the dream. I'm the dream. Like, Yeah. Also, I wanted to say it hasn't been a bed of roses since I moved. It hasn't been a bed of roses at all. If you guys want me to like go more into detail and like show you guys how everything has been piecing together, trust me, I record everything, I film everything, just in case I want to go back and, you know, work on something. I always have footage of almost everything. So yeah, I do have those. It's not been easy, especially being an international student here with no credit history, because, you know, I just came here. It was such a hassle to get an apartment, especially in Toronto. Now in Toronto, things are expensive, especially housing, especially like your rent and all of that. Now, even to get the rent, even to get your place, to get that, you have to, you know, make an application, make all of that. And once they see that, oh, student, international student, oh, no credit history, blah blah blah, you're just by yourself, it's like, nah, we're not giving you our place to stay. Nah, just like carry go, be going. For 1 month and 2 weeks, I was actively searching for a place to stay. I was going crazy in my head because it just seemed so impossible. I had to get an agent. I got an agent. I did all of that, but in the end, I finally found a place, and I did that by myself. So yeah, I'm working on, you know, furnishing, doing all the house, trying to make myself comfortable at home. My space is so important to me, so I have to make sure everywhere is comfortable for me as much as I can. So yeah, that's been it. I don't want you guys to think like it's a bed of roses, like I just came and, you know, I'm just living life, because a lot of people back home always think that that's the case with people that are abroad. They always think that life is easy for this one, now you're just living your life, you're just, you know, like enjoying, plucking money from the tree and shit. But like, no, that's not it. It's just that when you're in a place that a system works, everything is just kind of easier for you, but it's not a bed of roses. But yeah, that's it. That's the update on my life now. So your girl is now an electrical and electronic engineer, a YouTuber, influencer, filmmaker in the making too, and, you know, many more titles. Daenerys, I'm coming for you. I'm coming, like, yeah, okay, I should go now. But yeah, that's it. That's the reason why I moved. That's everything that I have to tell for now. I will keep you guys, you know, in the loop of things in my vlogs, in, you know, upcoming videos that I will post. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell like button down below so you can have notifications every time I post a video. And if you have any questions about this, just leave them in the comments. I'll make sure to reply them as much as possible. If there are too many, I'll just do a Q&A. But yeah, if you do have any questions, just let me know, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Still a Niger girl for life. I'm still a Niger girl for life, but, you know, just from the other side. Alright, I'll be sending you guys sounds from the other side.
Whenever your heart is broken,